But not everybody in the community has the same issues. There are other,
But
yes,
there's people that
I
don't
hear.
live on that street.
But everybody lives in the
But also
city.
there are
Yeah, but they don't live where we
businesses.
live, or we can
And
get
this is a
killed
city.
going in your
Right,
driveway.
but I also live on a street in Kingston that was designed, and we all live on streets, and I understand
This is
your
a highway,
specific.
you don't live on a highway.
This is a
It's
highway in a city.
You don't know where I live, but
I know, but you
what I'm
don't
saying-
know
It's also a
how we
residential
live.
neighborhood.
No, I
It's a
hear,
city, it's
I
not-
hear what you're
it's
concerned
not-
If
about.
your road
We're
was
not gonna
on
build
this
like the highways
meeting,
of
you would
New
have
Jersey.
everything just to
And we're designing
say,
it over there.
your husband or your kids driving in your driveway, coming home at night, you don't want them to deal with that
Right,
mess.
but there's also a public good to this intersection.
For walkers, what about drivers that live in the house?
But
Right,
you know what, the reality is, there was a much more public good for walkers before the Department of Transportation got a hold of it. That part that goes next to the anchor onto Albany Avenue, that road wasn't there. It was a real park. There's no reason to have that right turning lane there. It's only to speed traffic, it's only for the cars. They're designing for the cars because they're the
okay,
Department of
I'm
Transportation.
sorry, we have to put a stop to what's
Okay.
going on here, because this is not the intention of this meeting. The intention of this meeting is for us to talk about design and aesthetics, and if you have an issue specifically with the layout of the traffic and the design,
We
I
do.
really encourage you to bring that to the mayor.
We did.
Yes, to the mayor or to Carolyn and Mark, which are in
We've
the
done
room.
that. That's,
And-
Forget
we've
Carolyn
done that
Mark.
for over
Forget
2 years now.
Forget them.
But, so right here, there's not going to be anything accomplished by doing it in this room right now.
I think you need to organize the public.
All right, guys, on to the next worksheet.
Keep on rolling.
Let's deal with the details and pretend that this is something we're working on.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing in this meeting. Bike lane area, we have the 10-foot sidewalk with this overhard sign area. Wait, want to close the door for me? You can see, alright, so we have some storefronts here. There's about a 10-foot sidewalk, and then this kind of upper tier of red is flush with the sidewalk, where we have hardscape treatment. You know, it would be red like the bricks we were talking about, but the exact pattern of how that stamped concrete might be, or if it's pavers or not, is undecided. We originally thought it could be possibly an area for outdoor seating. There could be a landscape opportunity here, tree pits.
Kyle, can I ask one question about the bicycle lane there?
Yes.
And I know that somebody else in the public asked this question, but I thought it was on the other side of the
The parking.
parking. What, do you know?
We tried both layouts, but it came down to how we can maintain it. So with the bike lane on the inside of the parking, it creates that buffer. It is safer for the bicyclists. At the same time, it becomes unmaintainable in the winter. This area is a mouthful curb that a snowplow could just come right through and keep parking clear and keep the bicycle lane clear. The other way, you know, there'd be a car issue or they'd be hitting a curb. I believe it also affected the drainage the other way.
Okay. I was just curious.
And they switch back. It's still kind of, that area is still, you know,
Still a little-
conception being jockeyed around. You know.
Okay.
And does that then continue, the bike lane, does that continue down Broadway to Elmendorf Street?
So the whole extent of the bike lane right here is as you see it. It's
Okay.
It's from here to here. The bicyclist has to get back into traffic at that point of getting onto Broadway.
All right.
There's that gap from there to where the Broadway bicycle lane starts. But the intent of it was to basically keep the cyclists and pedestrians out of the roundabout.
And so if you're on Albany from the park and you want to continue through Albany, you have to take the lane. Or you choose, or you follow the, basically walk your bike through the crosswalk.
Right.
Okay.
So that's kind of the framework of the worksheets. Like I've said before, getting all your feedback, your ideas, thoughts about materials and aesthetics, especially on the roundabout and the kidney park, as we've been calling it, what could happen there, or not happen, would be greatly appreciated. And I just want to show a few different examples of things that have been done around in this region and around the state. Some bike lane coloring. I know in some of our early meetings we were talking about, you know, how could we kind of brand this area as Kingston or brand the neighborhood a certain way. Parking, this is right in Poughkeepsie. There's just kind of a detail that I liked where it wasn't just, you know, continued asphalt. There was this kind of delineation with stamped concrete and colored concrete that, you know, divided those spaces. Just get ideas going. Again, we want to get as many trees back into the site as possible, so medians might be a good place for that. I'm just showing you guys some examples of colored and stamped concrete. You can do a lot of different things with that pattern. This is called it an ashlar pattern. It's more, you know, rustic. It might not be what we want in this area, but we might want more like a brick or a paver look. We can still do it with concrete. It's more durable and lasts longer than a paver, and it's easier to maintain for the plows.
Is there like any kind of porous like paving system that you would consider for this? Like that would be able to sustain some weight but at the same time be able
The porous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done those in the past. I don't know if we've done any porous concrete, but I know we've done porous asphalt in some parking spaces.
So that's something that's possible.
It's, to be honest, it's new to the region, and we're kind of going back and forth with our maintenance group on how well it's been performing. But we've done it on other projects, and I don't see why we wouldn't consider it here.
As you drive back tonight to Poughkeepsie, you go through Port Ewan on 9W, and there was a pass-through project there maybe 6 years ago, a federal aid project. And they used brick pavers in the crosswalks and the parking lanes, and they look horrible. They have not stood up to the test of time. In fact, I think they deteriorated very quickly. Is that treatment still used by the DOT? Is that an approved treatment? Will that be considered here?
If that's the feedback that I'm getting, then I'll consider it. But like you said, I mean,
I don't
a
think
paver, you get over time, if they're not maintained, you can start getting weeds.
Was it actual brick?
I believe so. I've never walked it, so it's hard to tell. But in the parking area, it seems to work fine, and it does look good in the parking area. But in the crosswalks, where it gets the traffic, it's disintegrating. And then it gets filled in with blacktop, and then that looks horrible.
My personal preference is the stamped concrete. You get the same aesthetic, and you're more durable. You don't get the weeds coming through. Just a couple roundabout examples. In the top left one is one out west somewhere, but I just want to show it because it shows the vertical element of a tree. We might be able to do something like this here with some lighting, be kind of an icon, or, you know, think about this is a gateway. You know, how can this be an icon for Kingston? This is how people arrive at your city. So the others, top right here and bottom left, are in Poughkeepsie. This is one in Arlington where we did 3 in a row. Similar kind of design, just a little smaller, but keeping those horizontal low row areas on the perimeters and a vertical element in the center. In the bottom left one, you could do some kind of wall, or you might have some future signage.
So Kyle, we can share this PowerPoint with the rest of the committee members, just as ideas. And then I was also wondering, so our goal tonight is we're getting a sense of what we need to design, and then we're providing this back to you.
Right.
And also,
On this worksheet, I basically called out, you know, things that need to be decided on.
yeah.
You know, for the bike lane, okay, is it going to be asphalt? Is it going to be colored asphalt? Is it going to be concrete? Almost to the point where you could circle them, but you know, I'd encourage you to go a little further than that.
So if members have, I'm suspicious of some members here, like have some really innovative ideas. If they have ideas that they want to actually email it to you as a PowerPoint or as in another format other than.
Yeah, this was, again, it's just a framework for you guys to start from, but
Okay.
you know, we'll email you the PDFs of these for you to work off of. it's an exciting site to do this kind of work and I don't know, I was excited about it.
Kyle, can you comment what the large paver section with the small landscaping portion center, why is there such a large, area?
It's for the truck apron,
I see.
based on the radiuses of what trucks and emergency vehicles can do. It's basically, there's a mountable curve around there, so you can kind of see some tire marks where, 18-wheelers didn't do their turn just right, and so they have a little wiggle room. It's also for emergency vehicles to get through the roundabout easier if they have to.
And you also want to discourage people from walking in there, right?
Right. Yeah, so we're not putting benches or anything pedestrian related.
So
Say no
so the way this particular roundabout is drawn, is that what this is about here?
That's what that is, that's that truck apron.
Okay. That's good.
But this can be painted or whatever, as long as it's fixed.
What is the height restrictions in the structure?
I don't know the maximum vertical height, I know that there has to be some kind of vertical element there.
I've seen at New York State intersections really tall pieces, but you have to have the permeability to see through it.
Right.
Is there a percentage ratio stated somewhere for that?
I think it's set up basically by the sight lines of, someone entering the roundabout, can they see to their destination, or where they want to leave the roundabout.
And then how much infrastructure, it's say, again, you brought up that there's a pediment for a sculpture that was never put in.
Right.
How much can be requested in regards to, like, if the city hasn't decided on a sculpture, if that's the decision that's forthcoming, how much infrastructure can be
If
put in?
it's decided to say you want
Wiring.
you definitely want to put a sculpture in the center of the roundabout. New York City DOT can't pay for the sculpture.
Right.
But we can bring the utilities there for it if it needs electric, if it needs water, and a concrete base, basically.
Okay.
So we can think of DOT as sort of setting the stage,
That's what I
and
meant.
then I think, this group will meet just twice, and then DOT will finalize the sort of foundation for the design. And then there may be opportunities for us to get together as a city and look for funds or do more. We'll have the lighting, the electric, the sort of basics, but then we can add to it, I think, over time. And if there's maybe in the future we'll have an I-587 committee that just keeps with a parklet committee, or that just keeps going.
And think about your time frame. If that's something you want to do, how long does it take for that to happen? And what happens to the space in the meantime? I would hate to have to walk away from this project with just a big mulched roundabout where, there's all these great ideas that are ready to happen, but not yet, So what happens in the interim?
So the deadline is November 21st.
Yeah, 4 weeks. We can push out a little further if you want, but we need it pretty quick to start making changes for our design.
And so this is a new park that's created?
That was always there. It's just an empty lot, dirt patch, and
So does it belong to the city? Is it part
I
of
believe
the
it belongs to the New York City DOT. So we were able to, yep.
Or is it- So this will be, it's part of.
I don't plan on leaving it, but it's an empty lot.
Yeah,
Should do something. At the very least, it'll be reseeded for turf. At the very least, it'll be reseeded for grass and turf.
Are there any elevations of the walkway, the overhead walkways? The path?
Oh, it's just the raised crosswalk. It's raised 6 inches.
Oh, okay.
It's raised flush.
I thought I heard it. Somebody said it was a.
But it's wide,
It's 10 feet wide
it's 10 feet wide.
with 8-foot ramps on either side.
It's basically like a big speed hump.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
And that's like painted out yellow or something, and highly visible, right? That way, it looks like it's.
Yeah, and on the other designs, there's basically a flashing beacon there, so you can push a button and then there's these big yellow signs that say pedestrian right here. And
You guys may have seen some earlier designs too, where the crosswalk had a red underneath it. Basically, we narrowed it down that we wouldn't do pavers because of maintenance reasons, and that it's either going to be as you see it with just the white striping, or we're looking into this new product. It's kind of like an epoxy, kind of peel and stick. They put on there, it brings more contrast and color and lets it dry a little more. So you think about color for that. But it's kind of unsure if we can find that right product. The one we used in the past hasn't been working well, so.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like on this street, is that any possibility of plantings?
Absolutely.
Like on this as well?
Yep. It's all, anything green you can plant. And don't think about restrictions, that's our job. So, we try to keep the best of your ideas and get it on there.
So do you know if the dimensions of the median are remaining the same or no?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Because would that
I'm not sure.
restrict you from?
I believe it's about 10 feet wide now, shown there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it is existing.
That's pretty. It's been a while.
I know it's wide enough for us to plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it's gonna be in a different location. It looks like it's gonna shift.
Like further out.
South.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, which median?
The median
Uh-huh.
across from Ronnie's house and their homes.
Uh-huh.
Because I think all you have right now are 2 lanes, and then the median, it looks like there's more there.
Like where is the signage?
The signing plan?
The sign, yes, where is it?
Um,
It was on the sign.
on here.